A former protagonist reduced to paste under Trevor's boot in seconds. That's how brutal GTA deaths can get. The franchise has never shied away from showing violence in its most disturbing forms, but some deaths cross the line from shocking into genuinely unforgettable territory. Johnny Klebitz was the star of his own game. In The Lost and Damned, players spent hours with this recovering addict trying to hold his biker gang together. He killed his way through Liberty City, took down corrupt club presidents, and rode off into the sunset. Then GTA 5 happened. Johnny shows up at a trailer park where Trevor is sleeping with his girlfriend Ashley. He's clearly in no shape for confrontation, weakened, strung out, barely recognizable. When he tries standing up to Trevor, what follows is shockingly quick. Trevor smashes a beer bottle over Johnny's skull, then proceeds to stomp his head into the ground until brain matter literally sticks to his boot like chewing gum. The entire sequence takes maybe 15 seconds. A protagonist players invested hours into, erased without ceremony or build-up. Trevor then casually wipes Johnny's remains off his shoe and mocks the lost MC with it. It's cartoonishly violent, yet disturbingly abrupt. What makes this worse is how unnecessary it feels. Johnny wasn't some major threat. He was a broken man, making one last desperate attempt to salvage something from his ruined life. The disrespect shown to a former main character stunned players when it first happened. But if you think that's extreme, wait until you hear about what happens to a construction foreman in San Andreas. After workers harass CJ's sister Kendall, CJ decides revenge is in order. He destroys their construction site, and when the foreman witnesses this chaos, he makes a fatal decision. He hides inside a portable toilet. CJ pushes the entire porta potty into a ditch, then fills that ditch with cement. Think about that for a second. The foreman's final moments were spent in complete darkness, covered in excrement, feeling the cement harden around him as he slowly suffocated. It's not just brutal, it's oddly petty and darkly comedic in the most twisted way possible, all because some construction workers catcalled his sister. That's the level of disproportionate revenge GTA specializes in. Then there's Floyd and Debra from GTA 5. Floyd just wanted a quiet life with his fiancée. Then Trevor moved in and destroyed everything. The tension builds as Debra comes home, finds Trevor squatting in her apartment, and loses it completely. She grabs a knife. Floyd's trembling, caught between his psychotic houseguest and his furious partner. The screen suddenly cuts to black. You hear muffled shouting, then silence. When it fades back in, Trevor walks out of the apartment absolutely drenched in blood. The walls inside are painted red. A news report later confirms a man was shot and a woman stabbed. Rockstar leaves the actual violence to your imagination, which somehow makes it worse. Speaking of Trevor, his own potential death is equally horrifying. If you choose the ending where Franklin kills him, things get disturbing fast. Michael rams Trevor's truck into a gas tanker, covering him in fuel. Then it ignites. Trevor doesn't die instantly. He stumbles around screaming, fully engulfed in flames, begging for it to stop. For a character as unhinged as Trevor, watching him burn alive feels uncomfortably raw. It's slow, agonizing, and one of the most visceral death scenes Rockstar ever created. But not every brutal death is violent. Dom Beasley proves you can die from pure stupidity. This adrenaline junkie befriends Franklin and drags him through increasingly dangerous stunts. Skydiving, base jumping, the works. Then one day, Dom decides to leap off the Landak Dam. He jumps with full confidence, arms spread wide. There's just one problem. He forgot his parachute. Franklin watches helplessly as Dom plummets headfirst into the pavement below. It's darkly comedic in the most GTA way possible. A lifetime of chasing thrills ended by simple carelessness. These deaths stick with players because they're not just shocking for shock value. They reveal how unpredictable and merciless the GTA universe truly is. Whether you're a protagonist, a side character, or just someone in the wrong place, nobody gets plot armor when Rockstar decides your time is up. The Grand Theft Auto series has built its reputation on pushing boundaries, and nowhere is that more evident than in how it handles death. From Johnny Klebitz getting his skull crushed in 15 seconds to a construction foreman buried alive in a porta potty filled with cement, these moments don't just shock you, they linger. They make you question how far a game should go, then answer that question by going even further. What's fascinating is how Rockstar balances the brutal with the absurd. Trevor burning alive is genuinely hard to watch, yet Dom forgetting his parachute is almost slapstick comedy. The franchise understands that violence without context is just noise, but violence that serves the story or reveals character becomes unforgettable. These deaths remind us that in GTA's world, consequences arrive without warning, and mercy doesn't exist. Whether you've played these games for hundreds of hours or just heard about these scenes, they prove one thing. Rockstar knows exactly how to make sure you never forget what you just witnessed.